Hey, welcome back everybody, and thanks for tuning back in. I know the first video was terrible. Terrible video, terrible audio, bad editing, misspoken words, all the above. So I appreciate you giving it another shot. On this video today, we're going to go ahead and talk about the 3 things plus 2 bonus things that you can do to improve your credit score that are free of cost, only take a minute, and everyone should be doing them. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, the first thing that you can do to improve your credit score, if you have a bad one or it's just not as good as you'd like it to be, is dispute all of the inaccuracies on your credit report. So you can go get a free credit report once a year at least, or you can do credit monitoring apps such as Credit Karma and a few other paid services or free services. Regardless, get that free credit score, go through it with a fine-tooth comb, and see if there's any inaccuracies. A personal story here for me, I'm a junior. So obviously that means I have the same name as my father, and what that meant is there were some inaccuracies on my credit report when I turned 18 or 19 or so. There was medical bills from like the 70s where, they were showing up on my credit report due to a name, that was similar or whatnot, and you'd be surprised at how often that happens. So do yourself a favor. Go check out your credit report, make sure there's no inaccuracies on there, and if there is, you need to dispute those. It's free, you pick up the phone, it's a little annoying, but typically if there really is an inaccuracy due to a bad social, a name, or somebody just made a clerical error when they put it in, it gets resolved usually pretty quick, and it can be huge for your credit score, especially if that was a bad payment, or got sent to collections, or was something that was huge, as far as taking up your credit limit or something else like that, your utilization ratio. Okay, so the second thing that you can do that's extremely important is fix your late payments. So if you're one of the ones out there that have late payments on your credit report, due to whatever reason, tight times, being irresponsible, it doesn't really matter. If you have late payments, what you need to do is you need to pick up the phone, you need to call these creditors and make a deal with them. You make a deal with them that if you make X amount of payments on time, that they'll erase the report to the credit agencies talking about it being a late payment. Sometimes if you pay it off immediately, if you're in a situation where you can do that, they'll make that deal with you as well. But before you go and try to rectify on your own by just paying it, pick up the phone, call them. You'd be amazed at how they want to make a deal with you just so that they can get their, the money that you owe them paid off. So that's the second thing that you can do is fix late payments. The third thing that you can do, which is the easiest out of them all, and a matter of fact here, I'll show you. These 3 letters right here all represent credit increases, credit limit increases on my revolving credit card accounts where I went through online, as you can see right here as I'm doing it right in front of you, and I asked for credit limit increase. It was very, very easy, a couple questions if you're banking with a big bank. If not, sometimes you're going to have to go and write them a letter. Regardless, it's free, it's fairly quick, and what this does is it improves your credit utilization rate, which if you check out my other video, the one that was terrible, by the way, but it has useful information in it, and I promise I'll get better at videos here. If you check out that video real quick, you'll notice that I broke down what makes up your credit score, okay? And so credit use or credit utilization, the percentage of credit that you're using compared to the percentage of credit that's available, that makes up about 30% of your overall score. So getting those credit limits up and maintaining a low balance on those only improves that score. Okay, everybody, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button down below. Leave a couple comments. Also, give me a thumbs up if you like the information that I'm providing you. And if you have somebody out there that needs some financial education, isn't overly financially literate, or you'd just like to share this with a friend to help them out, please share my video with them. Again, comment below, hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up if you liked it, give me a thumbs down if you didn't. Let me know what I could do better. I'm obviously just now getting into filming and editing and sound and everything else like that, but my goal here is to provide quality information. But jumping right into the 2 bonus tips that I can give you for improving your credit score that are still fast and cheap and easy, okay? Bonus tip number 1, don't under any circumstances close old existing credit accounts. So if you have a Best Buy account or you have a Macy's credit card or you have any credit card from when you were in college or when you were younger or something else like that, do not close them out as long as there's not a balance on there and it's not hurting you at all. Please do not close those out. It brings your average age of credit down And then also what it does is it increases your utilization rate because that credit's no longer available to you, okay? So there's no winning in getting rid of old accounts. If you don't trust yourself or if you're just sick of seeing it around, just cut up the card, throw it away or whatever, but leave that account going. And then in addition to that, if you have a credit card, a company that's telling you that you have to spend money to be able to keep the card open, go ahead and do that. Buy a 99-cent candy bar or something at a grocery store real quick, and then just go and make that payment the next month when the invoice comes in, okay? When you get the statement. That's going to go ahead and keep that account open, keep that credit utilization rate low, and that age of accounts up high, okay? So that's tip number one. Tip number two, and while it's not a huge impact and a huge tip, especially if you have a poor credit score and you're trying to improve it and you have a long history of credit, but regardless, it still helps it to some degree, is being added on as an authorized user onto somebody that has a long-standing good credit account. So somebody that has a 10-year credit card or something else like that. Think mother, father, brother, sister, friend, something like that. Becoming an authorized user on their account, whether you're using the account or not, can certainly help. Now, you're not obligated to pay it if they don't pay it back, which means it's not going to help out your credit score tremendously, especially if you have a long history, like I said, but it will help, and it's something that's free and really easy to do if you can find somebody there you can become an authorized user on. And the third bonus tip that I'll go ahead and give everybody, and while it's not immediate, it takes a little bit of time to have an effect, but it certainly is free, and it's best practices for improving your credit score is pay everything on time. If you're not able to pay it on time, call them, let them know, work out a payment plan, work out a deal, do something. But the biggest impact on your credit score whatsoever is on-time payments. It makes up 35% of your score, and you can't afford not to pay on time. So please, make sure that you pay on time. Again, if you like the video, consider subscribing, leave me a comment below. I look forward to interacting with everybody, and stay tuned for my next video. My goal is to drop 2 of them a week. Appreciate it, everybody.